Alright, we're here. All the marbles. Let's do this. We won the die roll. It's a good sign. Alright, this is a keepable hand. It's passable. It's got 3 lands. We can get to a 4th for Collected Company. Tarmogoyfs are pretty underpowered right now. But, I'm okay with that for right now. The volume on this is way too high. I just realized that only after I watched last game again. But I uninstalled my client so that way I could try out the beta. But turns out I opened up a modern game on the beta and saw 0. Oh god, we're gonna die. saw 0 players for like ever. I did not get anyone wanting to play at all. For like 3 or 4 hours, I left it open or something ridiculous like that. Bolt, 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 draw bolt, Noctil. Think we play Nicodle to block. I mean, maybe we play. No, we play a Tarmogoyf to block here. That makes the most sense. It's not gonna kill it. He's still gonna need a pump spell to have it not die. But that's the best way to deal with our mana. But yeah, that's why these things like this is animated right now. That's why the sound is so loud, because I haven't fixed any of all that old stuff that I undid. I guess I could play stuff in standard and see how the power level is, and then be like, oh, maybe it translates a little bit to modern. That didn't really work out the way that I wanted to. Alright, so I did it. I kept him back. Hear me roar. I guess we play Nether Alchemy here. And not swing. So that we can block again. Really, I'm not going to win the race. I mean, I can maybe win the race. But without him having any trample stuff, I'm fine. I know he does have trample stuff. I know that's eventual. Oh my god, there's three of them. That one's not foil. That one's not foil. You're doing something wrong, man. Maybe swing, I'll block. I don't mind getting a 1+1 counter on my dudes. Like, I don't mind blocking. If he pumps, it's fine with me. It's one less pump spell I have to deal with. Alright, we can collect a company next turn. That's something that we can do. Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm probably gonna hit with collected company, but I will risk it for the biscuit and swing with my Nether Alchemy. I very much doubt he's gonna block. I guess our life total doesn't matter all that much unless they play Melora. So I'll go for a Stomping Ground here. Just say yes. Yeah, and I'll pass the turn here. Collected Company is going to be better than anything else I do. He could be just land screwed. I'd like to see him continually land screwed for a little bit longer. Just because that would ensure my survival for a little bit. If he swings all out, that's fine with me. Collect the company. I'll pump Tarmogoyf. Think Skoos and Smiter are probably the correct choice here. Because I can then eat stuff that I block to regain some power. Yeah, I think that's better than just Yeah, that's probably better. Well, it shrinks Tarmogoyf if I do that too. And probably Smiter and Noctowl. I guess I could eat his stuff too, so that Become Immense is not a huge threat, but, you know, I'll pass. Declare attackers, declare blocks. We'll do it this way because it'll still kill it, even if he puts a giant growth on this guy. I'm going to win off of my Knight, not because of my Luxodon Smiter. So yeah, even if he giant growths that that Glistener Elf, I've got him in a situation here where I'm probably likely going to win. His best bet would be to giant growth this Glistener Elf, because it'll kill my thing, my Tarmogoyf, suck him down one. But the counter swing is probably fine and dandy here. He's gonna do it to that. Okay. Does he have like a yeah, mutagenic growth? Sure. I mean, I could have double blocked. I chose not to. But I should be having enough blockers here now that it doesn't matter. Because I can still put out one more. Yeah, I think we push in some extra damage here. Put him on that 2-turn clock. Tarmogoyf is a 3/4. I think that's worth it. Like, depending on what he'll do, I'll probably block all out. Yeah, okay, we got it. Yeah, he was mana screwed, couldn't capitalize on the fact that we didn't have any removal. We will be bringing in more removal though. Tramaka's Command is good here. Thalia is good here. Aethersworn Canonist is even good here. Bonfire of the Damned is good here. Collect the Company is actually less good here because we can't block with it. So take out Collect the Company. Even though it can find these 3 cards, it's really not worth it all that much. I'm going to leave in Pride Mage. Pride Mage can stop things like Rancor. It can also stop things like Inkmoth Nexus. So it's worth keeping in. Take out 2 Smiters. Smiters are big blockers, but that's really all they are here. Neither Rancor can get bigger as time goes on, so I can block and continually get bigger, whereas Smiters can't, so that's why my reasoning for keeping that in there. I get like super serious for like the last one. The only time I've like ever not been super serious. Yeah, it's a skippable hand, even though it doesn't have any removal. Could get removal. I got 2 turns to get removal. It's got removal in the case of Inkmoth Nexus over here. Boom. See, look at that. We're gonna start cracking lands here. We're actually going to go for Stomping Ground first. Yes. Yes. Because if we got a Bolt, we want to play it right away. If he swings for 1 Infect, I'm actually pretty happy about that. That means he doesn't have another Infector that I need to deal with it in hand. This is a turn 3 play anyways. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is a turn 3 play anyways, regardless. Yeah, we'll be greedy. We don't know if he has red, but he probably doesn't have red. to do Blood Moon, to Blood Moon me out of the game. I'd rather play this and have open mana than not play it. And I'll leave this open just in case, just to make him think that I've got Bolt. That's the reasoning why I did that, because my life total doesn't really matter. The only time it matters is if you got a Spellskite. Even then, Spellskite's not that hard to stop. Spellskite attacking for damage mostly happens against things like Melra, Pod, which doesn't even exist anymore, really, fully, and things like Control Decks, where somehow they've stopped your Infector, but you can still go in with Spellskite. But even if this scares him off of attacking for one turn, perfectly fine with me. Alright, he's going for it. That's fine. So we'll get in for 2 Infect, and that's fine with me. I can still very easily race here. I'll crack for a basic. At this point, doesn't matter. Because I'm theoretically at 6 life. Or I lost 6 life, so I'm at 14. And he'll be at 10, obviously. But this will slow him down, at least. Hopefully. Because even if he decides not to go for the Inkmoth Nexus, then I still have the ability to win the game. Let's see here. If he goes for... He's going to be at 9 life now. I can swing for... So if he takes the shock damage, let's see what it goes to. He's not going to take shock damage, which is a smarter move. I can take 1 Infect and be perfectly fine here. Let's see here. I have lethal now, so as long as I don't die, again, I'm okay. So that's 6 Infect. And that'll be 5, so it'll still not be enough to kill me. So that's, again, fine, because I've got lethal. So 5. Sure. See, that was the thing, that even if I probably now win. Yep, there you go. I win the game because of it. So the reason why I did it like that is because he definitely, the way he was playing with his mana, it's pretty clear he had a Vines of Vastwood, so if I popped it just immediately after that happening, then I would be Vines of Vastwood out and probably lose the game, because then he would Mutagenic Growth, and win the game. The difference here is because of this, the only spell he probably had in his hand that was castable, probably had like blue cards or whatnot, was in fact Vines of Vastwood for its pump, which we would need to use these 2 manas for. And because I showed Restraint and knew that I was going to go to 8 poison and not lethal amount of poison, especially after taking those 2 damage off the Mutagenic Growth, I now had lethal on my end. All I had to do was not do anything. If he did end up doing something, then like putting down a creature, I still would have won, because I can now swing for this even with Pride Mage and win the game. Otherwise, if it wasn't even that, if he was like tapped out and I was at 8, I'd probably have killed his Inkmoth at end of turn. And if he still had a creature on there, I'd be probably willing to do that. I don't know. It depends, different scenarios, but yeah, this was a pretty easy win just by having only this guy. In fact, sometimes it wins, sometimes it doesn't. I'm trying to think of different situations where like things could have been different. Can't even draw a card and see what it was. Yeah, this is the first time I ever beat Infect like without much removal, instead of having just literally one removal, threaten removal all game and win. But I played my cards correctly. If I put down Pride Mage turn 2 and swung for 4 damage, then the chances are I would have lost the game because he would have maybe put down an Infect creature, and then I would have to play defensive rather than just offensive with my wild Noctills and try to race him like he was trying to do. So, yeah, I think that was probably the winning play. All right, we got it, guys. We did it. We did it. I can be like crazy again now that I actually am 3-1. Maybe one day I'll actually ever be reported on the Wizards website. Whenever I 3-1, I never get reported. Whenever I 4-0, never get reported. Whenever I do awful, they report that one. Like, it kind of stinky poo poo. But guys, this is the deck. It's super solid. I can't stress enough how good Jermaka's Command is. Every game it would have been good. Against Twin, if I had it, it would have been good. If I had it, and I did have it against that Delver deck, it was awesome. When I had it against the graveyard deck, it was actually still pretty good because I got to kill things. And this game, it was good because it was removal. Jermaka's Command is just, you want to have at least 2 in the main. If I could fit 3, I would, but I can't. My creature count needs to stay 25 for Coco. But Jermaka's Command, I can't stress this enough. If you're not playing 2 in the main board with Coco Zoo because you're doing Paul Rietzel's Zoo, play Jermaka's Command. Paul Rietzel's Zoo is based off of the zoos that MTG Salvation people were doing. I'm not lying. That's where the reports and that's where the results that he chose came from. And those guys are even starting to talk about Jermaka's Command. It is worth putting 2 in the main. I even at one point in time had shaved off an extra Collected Command to bring in one more Jermaka's Command. But Collected Company is obviously powerful, and it should be a 3 of. You don't want to put a 4 of, but it's 3 of is the correct number. But yeah, it's so powerful that I keep that 3rd in the side. It's just so versatile in the modern meta right now. Thanks guys for watching. As always, like, comment the video. Talk to us on MTG Salvation. I'm always there. I constantly talk on there about Zoo. It's my favorite deck. And remember, as always, feed the animals.